We all like to think we know what we would do if we were stranded without water. But unfortunately, many of the things we think we know about scavenging water during a crisis could actually end up making us sick or even more dehydrated, which could lead to death. So today we will be examining 5 things that a prepper or survivalist may do during a water crisis that could actually do more harm than good. So without wasting any more time, let's get to it, in no particular order. Number 1. Getting water from a cactus. I'm sure many of you have heard this is a safe water alternative, but in reality, getting water out of a cactus is a very dangerous proposition. The water contained in your average cactus is actually very toxic to humans and can make you desperately ill or even kill you. If you drink water from a cactus, the toxins can cause severe diarrhea, which in a situation where you are already dehydrated can be fatal. The prickly pear and barrel cactus has liquid in their pulp that is less toxic and can be drunk, but in very limited quantities. They have less toxins than other cacti, but are still toxic nonetheless. Number 2, drinking urine. This is one I've talked about several times in the past in other videos. Basically because there are so many people who still believe that this practice has a benefit. Right to the point, there is no benefit here. You should never drink your own urine. The amount of water that would be required to remove the new toxins that you are ingesting is more than the amount of water that you are taking in, and the result will be more rapid dehydration. Number 3, eating snow. This is one that a lot of people probably already know, but I'm going to run it over anyways. The problem with eating snow is that it still has to melt. That means that heat is being absorbed from your core. Also, without knowing the condition of the snow, you may be ingesting harmful elements. Lots of things cling to snow, even when it falls through the air. So even new fallen snow still needs to be melted and cleaned up before drinking. Number 4, drinking blood. Sorry would-be vampires, but drinking blood is no more safe than drinking cactus water. It is toxic when ingested and contains a large amount of iron, which can cause liver damage, fluid in the lungs, dehydration, and low blood pressure, which are all things you don't need to deal with when you're in survival mode. And number 5, drinking alcohol. Another one that should be obvious to most. Alcohol consumption adds to dehydration and also reduces core temperature by drawing heat to the surface of the body. Never mind the intoxicating effects that can cause even more problems for someone who is already lost and desperate. And you just knew I had one more for you, didn't you? Call it number 6 if you will. Neglecting filtration. Don't assume that some water that you found is clean just because it seems like it is. Even bottled water has an expiration date, not because there's anything wrong with water by itself, but because the plastic bottles will contaminate the water over time. Always filter and disinfect any water that you've had to scavenge, no matter what the source was. And you know what? I'll give you one more. Call it number 7. Drinking salt water. If you're stuck in an ocean environment, drinking salt water is probably the last thing that you want to do. Drinking salt water will raise the salt levels in your body to toxic levels, and your kidneys will need even more fresh water to dilute the salt and the other toxins. If you drink too much of it, the levels of salt in your body can quickly reach toxic levels. So I hope you found this list helpful. If you have anything you would like to add to the list, go ahead and post it in the comment section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up. Always appreciated. Share it if you can and subscribe if you are new. Check out some of the other videos. You may find something helpful to you, and if you wanted to help the channel out, there are links for that down below as well. So as always, stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.